I'm Chris. This is This Week in Disney. I'm your host, and we're going to go over all the different things that's gone on with Disney this week. So, this is our first show. This is basically what replaced the evening show that replaced the Good Morning show. But this one's going to stick around because more than likely I'll be home at 7 o'clock on Sundays. So, while we're at it, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see real quick. Here we go. Work begins again on Harmonious at Epcot's opening unknown. Good news and bad news for Epcot fans, as we're hearing that work has continued on the full-time replacement to Illumination's reflection of Earth, Harmonious. So obviously the good news is that the work on the nighttime spectacular has continued and is something else that Disney has decided to postpone at the parks after we heard that both Spaceship Earth and Mary Poppins attractions have had progress halted. The bad news is that we still have no idea on when nighttime shows at the Walt Disney World Resort will continue due to the current pandemic. Here's how Disney describes the upcoming show. Harmonious is one of the largest nighttime spectaculars ever created for a Disney park. The show is beautiful, crafted dreamscape of Disney music and images, reimagined by diverse cultural musicians and artists from around the world. It's a transformative experience where we can discover how Disney music has the power to inspire and unite us all with the magic of possibility. So, this sounds amazing. While there has been no official confirmation, we wouldn't be surprised to see a delay into 2021 before we see Harmonious officially debut at Epcot. Despite the delays in some projects, there is still a lot of construction work happening at the parks at this minute. There has also been no word from Disney on whether we will see a return of Epcot Forever before Harmonious takes over the World Showcase Lagoon. We are also a little concerned about too many characters taking over the show and whether this will just too similar to Happily Ever After at the Magic Kingdom. That being said, we're also sure that Disney will squash any of these concerns as soon as the show makes its debut. So, Harmonious, they say this is the biggest nighttime show they've ever done for any park, and I can't wait to see it. I'm sure it's gonna be awesome. I wasn't a big fan of Illuminations. Epcot Forever, I seen it. I did like that, but this sounds like it's gonna be amazing, and I can't wait to see it. Let me know what you think. If you're watching replay, leave it in the comments. So let's take a look. All right, what we got next? Here we go. You can still see fireworks on your next Disney vacation. Walt Disney World Resorts. Hey VP, thanks for coming in. Walt Disney World Resorts came up with solid reopening plans in order to get the gate to its theme parks back open to the public. On July 11th, Magic Kingdom and Disney Animal Kingdom reopened, with Epcot and Disney Hollywood Studios following just a few days later on July 15th. With the reopening of Disney World came several changes, including the requirements of wearing a face mask, social distance measures put in place, plexiglass put up in several areas of the park, limited capacity, and more. One of the things that guests were sad to see temporarily suspended was the nighttime shows, including Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom. Within the reopening plans, Disney shared that in order to keep crowds at a minimum, the park will not be hosting shows such as Happily Ever After in Magic Kingdom or Fantasmic in Disney's Hollywood Studios. However, there is still one way Disney World guests can watch Happily Ever After every night. Disney Caribbean Beach Resort and the cast members our reporters spoke with was able to confirm that each night Disney World will broadcast a pre-recorded version of Magic Kingdom's Happily Ever After fireworks show in resorts that have smart TVs. So even though Magic Kingdom won't be hosting live showings of the fireworks spectaculars, Guests can still experience the show within their own resort rooms during specific times of the night. Be sure to check in with your resort to see if they will be hosting this pre-recorded show on their TVs. It's pre-recorded, and it's probably the one that we've seen before, but still, it's something. They're trying to do something for you, so, the parks are closing earlier. You get back, get settled down, relax, flip the TV over about probably 9 o'clock, and you get the pre-recorded of Happily Ever After. So, I think it's great. I think it would be even better if they could do pre-recorded of, like, Epcot Forever and a pre-recorded of, all the other nighttime shows where you could take your pick of what you wanted to watch, and they could even match whatever park you went to at the end of the night, and you just turn it there, and there it is. I think that would be a great idea, but it seems like it's at least a step in the right direction. Yeah, the new show at Epcot was earlier. Yeah, they're still working on it. So, but they don't know when it'll debut because, of course, they're not doing any nighttime shows right now, VP. All right, so there's a couple of things on this. Guests evacuate Splash Mountain after ride vehicle is submerged. I think we all have heard this. We've heard it through the week. This evening, video and images were shared to social media documenting guests evacuating Splash Mountain after the ride vehicle became submerged with water. In the tweets below, you can see photos and videos documenting the submerged log at the Splash Mountain attraction at Magic Kingdom. According to tweets, cast members allegedly told guests to stay in the sinking ride vehicle, but guests reportedly did not listen and stepped out of their log as it took on water. Note that guests do not appear to be harmed from the incident, and they appear to have been able to safely exit the log after it took on water. So they've got some tweets. And I don't read tweets, so the reason why I don't read tweets is they're not usually. So, so let's see. Before and after, my boyfriend and I were in the back seat. So yeah, there's pictures of it submerged. At this time, it is not known what caused the Splash Mountain ride vehicle to take on water at Magic Kingdom. Even though the guest initially exited the log without the supervision of a cast member, it appears they are safe. So, that's one good thing. Hey, Kat, thanks for coming in. So, this isn't the only story I have on this. So, we've got some stories that progress into this. So, we're going to move on to the next one. All right, Splash Mountain delays opening after Sunken log incident. Splash Mountain at Walt Disney World Resort has been on a wild ride lately, from recently announcing Princess and the Frog retheme to a guest inadvertently falling in the ride to an unexplained draining to videos shared last night documenting a sunken ride vehicle incident. Things have been more than a little bit crazy for Frontierland attraction. As we reported last night, Disney World guests evacuated Splash Mountain after ride vehicle became submerged. They're back to the Twitters again, or the tweets. Although guests were posting the Magic Kingdom incident late last night, Disney has not made any official announcement regarding what time the incident occurred or what caused the log flume vehicle to take on water. This morning, Walt Disney World guests woke up to a closed Splash Mountain ride. We have just discovered that Splash Mountain has now reopened and appears to be fully operational just an hour before the theme park reopened this morning. The delayed opening of the popular Magic Kingdom ride was likely due to the malfunction reported last night. I would say if it took on water, there was probably a hole somewhere. That would be my guess. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. At some point in the near future, the Splash Mountain attraction at both Disney World at Disneyland will undergo extensive renovation as Brer Rabbit and his Briar Patch friends are removed. The timeline for the retheme has not been announced. Disneyland's Resort Public Relations Director Michael Ramirez shared the following details about the new theme featuring Princess Tiana, Prince Naveen, and friends. It's a great story with a strong lead character set against the backdrop of New Orleans and the Louisiana Bayou. In 1966, Walt himself opened New Orleans Square when it became the first new land added to Disneyland Park. So it feels natural to link the story and the incredible music of the Princess and the Frog to our parks. Okay, that makes sense for Disneyland. It doesn't make sense for Walt Disney World. But, you know. All right, I think we got one more on this. Yeah, one more. All right, Disney World confirms Splash Mountain log sank. Hey, thanks for joining me for the Joy of Vegas. A Walt Disney World spokesperson has come forward to confirm that a Splash Mountain log boat took on water and sank with passengers on board. According to Spectrum News 13, the incident happened towards the end of the ride and involved 5 visitors, according to a Disney World spokesperson. All 5 visitors were able to get out of the ride vehicle safely, the spokesperson said. The news went viral after several videos were uploaded to Twitter documenting the incident yesterday. One tweet explained the following. So, we got out of our boat because it was sinking while we were stuck there, and the Disney World employees decided to tell us that we should have stayed in the boat, but it went under as soon as we all stepped out. Nice. Okay, well, I mean, people make mistakes, even cast members. So, the incident caused the guests to evacuate the attraction. It was closed when Magic Kingdom opened the morning of Monday, August 3rd, but the ride reopened later that morning. Disney's statements above did not confirm at what time the sinking ride vehicle incident occurred. This is also the latest news regarding Splash Mountain. Earlier, we had that the attraction experienced a surprise multi-day shutdown that involved having the entire ride was drained of water, as well as the story of one person who actually fell out of the log into the water. I never heard about that one. The log sinking is also the second sinking incident at the Magic Kingdom parks this year. The first occurred before the multi-month park closure and involved a boat on the Adventureland attraction, Walt Disney's Jungle Cruise. Okay, that one I know about. They were trying out a new motor, and the motor was actually putting the water into the boat instead of shooting it where it was supposed to. Splash Mountain is one of the most beloved attractions at Walt Disney World Resort after entertaining guests at Magic Kingdom parks for nearly 30 years. All right, so this is my theory. All right, on this, I believe this is the ride fighting back about being rethemed. That's what I think. I don't know. It's just things happen. Anytime you go on anything, there's a possibility for a malfunction. Anytime you get in a car, there's a possibility for it to break down. So it shouldn't be any surprise when something happens like that. I mean, it's a surprise when it happens to you because you never think it's going to. But, that's just the way life is. Nuts fall off, bolts fall out. That's just the way it happens. But, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? All right, let's see. Here we go. Disney Spring Dessert Shop reopens to all guests. Now, understand, all this stuff I'm doing, it's through the week. So don't think this is new news. I will get more up-to-date news as we go through. So I just want you to know if you're like, hey, I already read this. Okay, probably. Yeah, Kat, maybe they didn't know how serious the situation really was. Maybe at the time they said stay in the boat, it wasn't really that full of water and didn't realize it was taking on water that fast. And you got to understand, they're on a running ride. And normally, before they would evacuate people, they'd shut the ride down. They probably didn't have it shut down, is what my guess is. So, let's see. Disney Springs Dessert Shop reopens to all guests. When Disney Springs awakens from the temporary complete closure, Sprinkles was a bit lazy to get out of bed. They slowly participated in a phase reopening the select customers who arranged for pre-orders and pickups or delivery items only. All of us that were missing the spontaneous joy of a cupcake were missing out. Starting today, Monday, August 3rd, and today's the 9th, Sprinkles Disney Springs is open to all guests, including walk-in guests with sweet tooth. May 29th marked the store's initial reopening, as well as the quick-to-sell-out of cupcakes ATM outside the store facade. More than 2 long months ago, the Orlando Sprinkle Cupcake crew is ready to open its doors to new customers, including passerbys that strike a momentary craving for something sweet. So yeah, I've never been there. I think we were walking by in Disney Springs one night and we seen the cupcake ATM, and I was like, this is something that's real. So I couldn't believe a cupcake ATM. So I don't know. I think one of the girls got something. I think maybe Haley got something. I know Heaven goes there every once in a while. So they've both used the cupcake ATM. But I think that's really neat. I don't know. Have any of you ever got a cupcake there at Sprinkles? I'm sure maybe VP has, or somebody in his family's gotten a cupcake, obviously, or anybody else in the chat. So, because I'll bet they're delicious. They look awesome. Let's see. All right, here we go. Oh, really? Heaven loves them. I know that, because if I even bring up the ATM, she starts thinking about going. So, Disney World may require face masks through 2021. We are barely halfway through 2020, and it's already looking like face masks will be a requirement through 2021, both at Walt Disney World Resort and the rest of Orange County, Florida. According to the Orlando Sentinel, lawmakers and experts believe it is the way to go. When asked how long face masks will be necessary in Orange County, Dr. Raul Pino, the health officer for the Florida Department of Health in Orange County, said, for the rest of the year, yes, until maybe the spring or until we have a vaccine. So Dr. Pino also believes that the mask mandate, along with other guidelines, are responsible for the slow decline in positive cases. It is also seen by many as a way to prevent spikes in positive cases as the county moves to begin the school year and restart sporting events. We can avoid those large spikes we saw before, said Orange County Mayor Demings, noting spikes have come after holiday weekend mass demonstrations and the other reopenings of bars. There had been reluctance and resistance. Now people are wearing masks. Now it's kind of a cool to wear a mask. People are matching masks to their clothes. While the county looks to maintain its own protocol through New Year, it looks like Walt Disney World will also do the same. So, masks possibly until the spring. I think we'll have a vaccination by then. I really do. I think we'll have a vaccination before the end of the year. So, I can see that they're looking forward and they're saying that now. But, hey, you know. But I truly believe we'll have a vaccination before the end of the year. And, you know, we just got to do what we got to do. That's all we got to do. All right. Play the game. All right, coming up, some Disneyland news. What will be different when Disneyland reopens? It's been over a month since the last time any information was published about the reopening of the Disneyland Resort theme parks, and no word when there will be a timeline for reopening. With Downtown Disney Districts reopening the Disneyland Resort, there has been many new health and safety measures put into place so that guests and cast members all feel well protected. We know that Disneyland Resort is still currently working. Just jumped on me. Still currently working towards implementing measures like these in order to meet and go beyond guidelines for reopening the theme parks. So, There have been many health and safety measures which have been consistent across the reopening of all the other Disney parks around the world, and with Disneyland being the last Disney park to reopen, it's safe to say very similar operational changes will be coming to Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. So, everybody's like, well, what's the changes going to be? Well, it's going to be the same that you're getting at the other parks. So, we're starting to see the parks over in Asia. They're starting to add more things. There's one place that's already started with the buffets. They're starting with the nighttime shows. And I think we're just going to have to wait until it comes to us. We're going to have to get into that same position that China and Japan has gotten themselves into, where the virus isn't what it was when it began. All right. Here we go. Who will Disney include in the Princess and the Frog retheme? So once again, Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain seems to be a big thing right now. We recently reported that Disneyland and Walt Disney World announced the retheme of Splash Mountain. From Song of the South, The Princess and the Frog, the new attraction will showcase the lovable and popular Disney Princess Tiana as she and Louie prepare for their first ever Mardi Gras performance. This is a huge change from what the attraction is now, as its current theme is controversial. The official Disney Park statements for the retheme of Splash Mountain, Walt Disney World, and Disneyland reads, "Today, we are thrilled to share a first glimpse of the project Imagineers have been working on since last year. Splash Mountain at both Disneyland parks in California and Magic Kingdom Park in Florida will soon be completely reimagined. The theme park is inspired by an all-time favorite animated Disney film, The Princess and the Frog. We pick up this story after the final kiss and join Princess Tiana and Louie," just jumped on me again, "on a musical adventure featuring some of the powerful music from the film as they prepare for their first ever Mardi Gras performance. Tiana is a modern, courageous, and empowered woman who pursues her dreams and never loses sight of what's really important. It's a great story with a strong lead character set against the backdrop of New Orleans and the Louisiana Bayou. In 1966, Walt himself opened New Orleans when it became the first new land added to Disneyland Park, so it feels natural to link the story and the incredible music of The Princess and the Frog to our parks." But with not many details surrounding the retheme other than the above official announcement, it has left many wondering who else from The Princess and the Frog would be appearing in the ride. We know Prince Tiana and Louie be included, as the ride will follow both of them on a musical adventure, but who else could we see along the way? So it says one Instagram user had a great idea of including two major characters who brought life to the film, Charlotte and Mama Odie. He began his caption with, "Since Tiana is heading on over to the back west side of the park, I think it's time for more characters from her film to make an appearance, and I couldn't think of two greater choices than Charlotte and Mama Odie. These two are incredible, fun characters that are full of energy. They're all over the place. Energy would be perfect for interaction with children and adults by the new attraction." So, I think that's what I don't think they're telling us who's going to show up. But if you're going to open up that attraction there, of course you want to have characters that'll be over there that's part of that attraction. So, I think that'd be awesome. So, I guess everybody's kind of wondering, and I actually have a point to actually be able to put in new characters if you really think about it, because if it's something that carries on afterwards, you could always create new characters to put in there that could pop up. I think that's an awesome possibility. All right, let's move on. Former cast members share what not to do at Disney parks. So, the question on many fans' minds when we walk through those magical Disney gates is what to do at Disney today. Well, in an expo by former cast member reveals what not to do at Disney parks, sharing some anecdotes from their time working for Disney. Many of their Frustration stems from a lack of basic courtesy, though there are some interesting insights that only a Disney employee can provide. So here's their advice for what you can do to make a Disney cast member's life more pleasant while still enjoying your own Disney experience. Disney cast member advice for what? Okay. Cast members become rightly frustrated when some parents try make their kids look tall enough to get on a specific attraction. It's a roller coaster like Space Mountain or Expedition Ever has a height restriction. It's for everyone's safety. I completely understand that. The principle applies for any other ride, even more tame experiences like Splash Mountain. This ranged from patting their shoes so they would be the right height for a ride to lying about their age if a ride had an age requirement to ride solo. Height requirement can mean the difference between a fun experience and a very serious injury. Cast members just want to keep everyone safe. Don't lie to them about things like this. Asking for freebies isn't cool. Getting a complimentary extra fast pass or an unexpected visit from Mickey adds that Disney magic to any trip. However, you're lucky enough to be selected for a magical moment. Once it's recommended that you don't actively seek it out again. Cast members are trained to observe and listen to all the guests, and when they see an opportunity for a magical moment, they make it happen for the guest. It really ruins the magic when it's forced or asked for. Do not simply ask for extra fast passes to be cheeky. Your Disney trip should be fun, but not at the expense of others. So for the Walt Disney World crowd, this one can be infuriating. Yes, the weather is pretty unpredictable, and standing in the hot sun can be brutal. But whether you're waiting for a Mickey meet and greet or the ride Spaceship Earth, nobody is exempt from waiting in line. Lines are there for a reason. It would always also be amazing if all guests just respected the lines. It's mainly teenagers that try to cut the long line, and it's definitely not allowed. Swearing and excessive alcohol consumption is not in the Disney resort spirit. Disney parks are a place for families first and foremost. The Magic Kingdom can feel like it loses a little bit of magic every time someone drops an F or S bomb near a child. Equally, having a pint at the British Pavilion at Epcot is one thing, but downing several Mickey-themed martinis at a character meal is a whole other level. I wish guests didn't walk around the park drunk and swear, complaining, or talk badly about the characters. Everyone is there to have an amazing and magical time, and these things can ruin it. Bad behavior can give you a fast pass to consequences. Trash belongs in trash cans. Defacing rides and property is illegal, even at the Walt Disney World. I think a lot of this stuff we should know. Little things can have a big impact on others' Disney World resorts. That's true. Phones and tablets can be really annoying during shows. Yes. Camping at the Magic Kingdom for nighttime shows. Walt Disney World crowds are difficult to navigate, but during the Magic Kingdom light shows, they can be nightmares. Be respectful of your fellow guests and cast members and leave appropriate space for people to get around. I skip watching the Magic Kingdom fireworks from the front of the castle like everyone else. The view is better, hardly any guests watch from the back, and the cast members come out and enjoy the show with you. They even interacted with my daughter last time and made her a princess during the show. So there you go. You kind of find out. When you ask, it's not really magical. It kind of takes that away. And yeah, I truly believe that. I mean, a lot of times if something bad happens to you and you actually take it a bit on the chin and not act like you're so angry or anything and just ask, hey, or, you're just saying, hey, if you've got a good attitude, they see that, and more than likely, that's when something happens. So if you have a good attitude, that's when things happen. All right. Where are we at? Okay. Disney loses billions as a result of the pandemic. Here we go. Disney had just released its earnings report ahead of the Q3 2020 financial earnings website, and it is, as we expected, a loss for the company as a result of the pandemic. We predicted as much yesterday, but it seems the actual figure go above the initial report expects. In total, we estimated the next adverse impact of COVID-19 on our current quarter segment operating income across all our business was approximately $2.9 billion. And exclusive of the impact at the parks, experience, and products, Disney reported on a Tuesday. Here is a quote directly from the report. The Walt Disney Company today reported earnings for its third fiscal quarter ending June 27, 2020. Diluted earnings per share from continuing operations for the quarter was a loss of 2.661 compared to income of 0.79 in the prior year quarter. Excluding certain items affecting comparability, diluted EPS for the quarter decreased 94% to 0.08 from 1.34 in the prior year quarter. So, all right. So basically, yeah, they took a loss, but everybody's taken a loss. They're not the only ones, and Disney's going to recover from this. Nothing that's a big deal or anything like that. I mean, obviously it is a big deal, but it's not something they're not going to be able to back at. So, hey, Rachel. Okay, so, all right, so here is some news. All right, Disney be sued by the great-grandmother's arrest last year. Naturally, recognized civil rights and personal injury attorney Ben Crump announced on Tuesday that he will be opening a lawsuit against the Walt Disney Company on Wednesday. The lawsuit against Disney is pertaining to Hester Burkhalter, the woman who was arrested last year at Walt Disney World for being in possession of CBD oil. According to the team, the team claims that it was Burkhalter was wrongfully arrested for a drug felony, stating that CBD oil is federally legal. Burkhalter had it in her possession because her doctor recommended it to treat her arthritis. We followed the story when her arrest occurred in May 2019, and then 69-year-old great-grandmother from North Carolina was caught with the CBD oil at the bag check and then taken into custody by Orange County deputies. I never had but one speeding ticket in my life. I've never been in a jailhouse before, said Burkhalter, having no idea she would be arrested. Tests came back showing the CBD oil contained THC after she claimed it had none, but once she proved to have a doctor's prescription, which is the only permissible way to have CBD oil in the state of Florida at the time, the charges against her were dropped. Burkhalter also went on to claim that the deputies treated her poorly, but body cam footage showed otherwise. Guests visiting Walt Disney World have grown accustomed to seeing outside police on hand at the entrance to its theme parks with canine units as well. So, all right, so I guess here's the thing. One, you said there was no THC in it. There was THC in it. All right, I understand you've never had a speeding ticket, never seen the inside of a jailhouse. But it should be questionable to, is this something I can take into Disney World? Or something you should call and ask or anything like that? So, I mean, I guess to me, unless you just didn't think about it and it was just something that you do every day and that's what happened, you forgot. But the thing is something like this, you should probably check, or you should at least, Florida state law are different than North Carolina, so you need to check that kind of stuff. Call ahead, say, hey, is this going to be a problem if I bring it in? And at that time, she could, if they were like, no, that's no problem, she could have told them to check, and I'm sure guest relations would have gave her some kind of phone number or some kind of confirmation number or something like that the security could check and find out. And, she may have been halted for a little while if she would have done that instead of arrested. So I believe that's all on her. that her suing Disney, me is just sounds like her angry with Disney because she got arrested because she didn't prepare for her trip there. All right, here's the big one. We know a lot about this already. Mulan coming to Disney Plus for the additional cost. Use news as Disney has just announced that the live-action Mulan film is coming to Disney Plus beginning September 4th in the US and other markets that include Australia and some Western European countries. As part of this release, Disney is following the universal pattern of releasing movies for people to watch at home by charging users $29.99 to watch Mulan on Disney Plus. Disney is also set to release Mulan theatrical where markets don't have Disney Plus and when it is safe to release the movie in theaters. This is a huge move for Disney, who we previously thought wouldn't even consider this way of releasing movies. The price point is pretty high for what we originally assumed would be a rental, but works in a similar way, though more expensive to how Universal Studios released Trolls World Tour earlier this year. However, reporter Scott Gustin has confirmed since our initial report that the $29.99 fee will simply give Disney Plus subscriber access to Mulan earlier than other Disney Plus users will receive it. So, here's the thing. If you have a family of 4, it's going to cost you more than $30 to go to the theater. It's going to cost you way more than that if you get popcorn and sodas and everything like that. So I think the last time 4 of us went and we went to see a movie and we got popcorn, it cost us $75. So if I can pay $30, get Mulan, watch it with my family, have the comforts of my own home. You know, we can fix popcorn. We've got sodas. And the thing is it's just a little bit better. Disney's making some money off the movie. They don't have to keep pushing it back. And believe it or not, here pretty soon, they've already put out, I don't know if they've already have, I know they're getting ready to come, 2 movies that were supposed to be in the theater are getting ready to come out on Disney Plus, and they're not charging for those. But from what I understand is when you get it, you have it forever on Disney Plus. So it's not a one-time watch. It stays on Disney Plus after you pay for it. You can watch it again. So I would state, if it's something you really want to watch, I say go ahead. Me, myself, I'll probably just wait until they just put it on Disney Plus. But I see it as being a better value than if you were to go see it at the theater. Now, I can understand that some theaters are upset that it's not being released in the theater because they're losing a chance of making money. But this is Disney. This is Disney's product, and Disney does what it wants with it. But I want to see the movie. I think it'll be great. I'll wait until it comes on Disney Plus. So here we go. All right, Bob Chapek is optimistic about Disney's future. I am an optimistic as I can be about our plans moving forward, Disney CEO Bob Chapek. And this opening statement of the quarterly earnings call, Walt Disney CEO Bob Chapek spoke optimistically about the future of the company. He briefly touched on the theme park, speaking proudly of how several have managed to begin responsible phase reopenings and then moved on to Disney Plus, and how the company looks to move forward. Despite the harsh reality we are facing today, we have made some encouraging progress. Since our last earnings call, we have begun a responsible phase reopening of our theme park, Chapek said, pointing towards Walt Disney World Resort, Shanghai Disney Resort, and other parks that have reopened this year after being closed due to the pandemic. Despite the challenges of the pandemic, he added, we've managed to take deliberate and innovative steps in running our business. Chapek stated that Disney sees direct-to-consumer as the top priority for the company and has surpassed 60.5 million subscribers globally as of August 2nd, already up from the Q3 report, which showed 57.5 million subscribers. And it is expected to hit 100 million paid Disney Plus subscriptions worldwide. So that, I mean, Disney Plus is still making money. I understand that they're losing money elsewhere, but this was and it hit probably the best time ever. We see tremendous opportunities in the directions of consume space. Chapek said he continued, the incredible success we've achieved to date has made us even more confident in our direct-to-consumer business and our ability to be more aggressive in our approach. So yeah, I mean, that's what kind of guy you want up at the top, is somebody who's going to be optimistic in a bad situation. You got to look for the good for things, and those are the kind of people that gets to the top. If you're always there thinking of all the bad things that are happening or all the bad things that could happening, you're not going to be that person anybody wants to trust or put in charge. So, I mean, so far this guy looks like he's shaping up to be a good CEO for Disney, and I can't wait to see where he takes the company next. All right, we did that one. A little bit more on Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain Briar Patch windows covered at the Magic Kingdom. In the wake of its announced closure, Splash Mountain's merchandise has proven to be widely popular at the Magic Kingdom, but something unusual seems to be happening at the Briar Patch. The windows into the shop have been covered over in plastic. While the reason for this is currently unknown, it does suggest that it may be closed for a while. Splashdown photos located at the exit to Splash Mountain has become a somewhat more reliable home for attraction merchandise, though items are quickly snapped up after being restocked. Splash Mountain itself has been suffering from recent troubles. Over the weekend, getting guests evacuated a log as it began to sink into the water. The following morning, the attraction experienced a delayed reopening before welcoming guests. So that's the little shop that's out front, if I'm right. Yeah, the Briar Patch. So I don't know. Maybe it's too small for social distancing. I know that's not a very big shop, but that's what I would have to say. I would believe would be the reason why it's not open right now. Go. How often does Disney World clean the attractions? Walt Disney World may look a bit different from the last time you visited the most magical place on Earth. Disney has implemented several safety protocols and other changes to keep guests and cast members safe. These include social distancing measures, encouragement of mobile order, plexiglass, the elimination of character meet and greets, and the elimination of parades and fireworks, along with other similar entertainments that draw crowds and much more. One of the major new procedures on a lot of guests' mind is the additional cleanliness. How is Disney implementing this? What are they doing to ensure the safety of guests and cast members? How often is Disney cleaning attractions in other high traffic areas? First off, the official Disney website states cleaning procedures are enhanced throughout Walt Disney World resorts. Extra attention is given to high traffic areas, including public elevators and escalators, handrails, benches, tables, handles, restaurants, transportation vehicles, and more. Additionally, housekeeping services have been modified at Disney resort hotels to include enhanced cleaning and reduced contact. Frequently asked questions. We recently chatted with a Walt Disney World cast member in which we asked how often cast members clean the attraction at Walt Disney World with the new cleaning procedures. The cast member responded with, they do it often and multiple times during the day. The attractions are stopped for cleaning purposes. Every attraction is different. Each one has its own criteria. On one of our recent Walt Disney World visits, one member of the ITM team asked a cast member at Peter Pan's Flight in Magic Kingdom how often they clean this specific attraction, which we were informed every 2 hours. We also experienced this while we were in line for the ride, as an announcement came on informing guests in the queue that there will be a delay as the cast members clean the ride vehicles. It was also confirmed that all ride vehicles get cleaned at once. Disney cast members also informed us that all cleaning procedures are within the guidance of local health authorities, including county, state, and federal. So they're doing the cleaning. I know that. So every 2 hours, I mean, there's hand sanitizer everywhere. Me, every 2 hours sounds great. All right, this is one of our headlines coming up here. Tom Hanks to play Gepetto in the live-action Pinocchio. Surprised they're doing that. Live-action remake seems to be the new phase for Disney and its film from the live-action remake of the popular 1994 animated classic The Lion King, the 2017 remake of the animated classic Beauty and the Beast. Disney has remade several different animated classics into live-action blockbusters. Now Disney is working on another live-action film based around the 1940 animated classic Pinocchio. If you aren't familiar with the classic Disney film, here is the description. I think we're all know about this. So who will play the famous Gepetto in the live-action film? Well, according to Deadline, Disney may have found the perfect fit, the one and only Tom Hanks. Deadline states we are hearing that he is in an early negotiations to play Gepetto in the Disney and Robert Zemeckis live-action retelling of Pinocchio. Although insiders say negotiations are very early, we hear that after reading the script, Hanks has reached out to Zemeckis to let him know he wants to do the film. If this is true, the live-action Pinocchio film will make for the fourth collaboration between Hanks and Zemeckis, including Forrest Gump, Castaways, and The Polar Express. Robert Zemeckis is set to direct the upcoming live-action film, while Andrew Miana and Chris Weitz will be producing through their company Depth of Field. Weitz and Zemeckis will be in charge of the script. Tom Hanks has had a long history with the Walt Disney Company, as he is best known for playing Sheriff Woody in the Disney Pixar franchise, Toy Story. Hanks also portrayed the iconic role of Walt Disney himself in the film Save Mr. Banks. So yeah, I mean, Tom Hanks obviously has a long history of working with Disney. And, you know, to me, him playing Gepetto sounds good. He is getting up there in years, so, I mean, who knows? He probably will make a pretty good Gepetto. Hopefully, this will be a great movie to see, and I can't see it not being a great movie. All right, so looking through real quick. Okay, get this one real quick. Deadline to cancel annual passes quickly approaching. Walt Disney World is giving its annual pass holders different options due to the current global pandemic affecting the park being closed for a few months. One of those options is to cancel. However, with canceling comes some reminders of specifications, the first being a deadline. If you are an annual pass holder who wants to cancel their pass, you must do so by August 11th, which is only a few days away. It's a couple of days away. It's Tuesday. Since there are only a few days left to make a choice on what annual pass holders wish to do with their existing pass, we wanted to remind everyone of their options, whether you have paid in full or you are on the monthly plan and you wish to cancel. Here are the procedures to follow. The official Disney World website states, we know that many pass holders are excited to get back to the magic, and we're eager to see our cherished pass holders too. We also recognize that park reservations will change in the way that many of our pass holders use their passes. With that in mind, we are offering these alternative options to manage your pass. If you're an annual pass holder that has paid in full, your options are, if you prefer and in lieu of the 1-month extension, you may choose to cancel your annual pass. Your pass will remain valid through August 11, 2020 and will be canceled effectively August 12, 2020. You'll be refunded for the remaining access of days your annual pass from July 11, 2020 through your pass expiration date. Refunds to originally form of payment can be expected by mid-late September. If you are an annual pass holder on the monthly payment plan, your options are cancel your passes if you prefer, and in lieu of the additional 1-month extension, you may choose to cancel your annual passes. Monthly payments will be stopped starting August 12, 2020. Your passes will remain valid through August 11, 2020, and will be canceled effectively August 12, 2020. You may also be eligible for an automatic processed partially refund of your payment exceeding the usable value of your passes, per the detail here on how partial refunds, if applicable, are calculated. Refunds to original form of payment can be expected by mid to late September. How to take action. If you have already elected to cancel your passes, this will automatically process. So it sounds like you cancel your passes, you're going to be able to use it up till the 11th, and on the 12th, it's done. I'm not a pass holder. I know some people that are pass holders that sometimes watch my stuff, so I thought I'd throw it in there. Get this one real quick. We got to get moving on some other stuff real quick. Parents don't want to bring kids to the Disney park. Shanghai Disneyland has kept its gates open since the park's temporary closure ended back in May. Walt Disney World's theme parks have been reopened for nearly a month. Hong Kong Disneyland reopened, but closed after a slight resurgence of pandemic. Tokyo Disney Resorts and Disneyland Paris have been open for weeks now, and Disneyland Resorts in California kept its theme parks gates closed for nearly 5 months. Still, despite the parks reopening around the globe in the U.S., a recent survey by Morning Consult and the Hollywood Reporter found that 78% of American parents don't feel comfortable bringing their families to the theme park in the States in 2020. Below is some of the data found in the survey as reported by the OC Register. The survey found that 78% of American parents want nothing to do with a U.S. theme park this year. Next summer looks more promising when more than twice as many parents, 47% in 2021 versus 18% in 2020, will be interested in visiting a theme park with their kids. Disney World's 26% fared better than Universal's 25%, Disneyland's 24%, Disneyland or Universal Studios Hollywood 24%, SeaWorld Orlando 23%, Hershey Park 19%, Legoland 18%, Dollywood 17%, and Cedar Point 15%. When it came to parents interested in going to the theme park this summer, according to the survey, the new data finds that attendance caps 45%, sanitization stations 43%, temperature checks 40%, and social distancing 39% make American parents more likely to visit U.S. theme park, according to the survey. So, I mean, you know, I get that's what you say. I mean, we've been saying all the time, if you don't feel safe, don't go. That's all there is to it. Trying to pick out which ones we should do. Let's do this one real quick. Still got a few minutes. Which construction projects are still moving forward at WDW? And I'm just gonna Cinderella's Castle. That's a yes. Tron. That's a yes. Guardians of the Galaxy's Cosmic Rewind. Yes. Construction's still going on for that as well. Epcot 3 New Lands. That's going on right now. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Yes. Construction's still going on for that. Mary Poppins Attraction. No. Spaceship Earth refurbishment. No. Moana themed attraction? Yes, construction is still going on with that. Harmonious. I think we know that answer. We just talked about it earlier. Yes, construction still going on with that. And that would be it. So it seems like there's only 2 that are not in construction right now. Really, that seems pretty good for what's going on. So we got through that. Let's go ahead. I'm trying to see. All right, I have to do that one. Do that one. Do that one real. Okay, we got 4 more, and we'll do them real quick. Disney official closes People Mover for next few months. I think we all know this. We know why it's down. The The Tomorrowland Transit Authority, located inside Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom, has been closed ever since before the temporary park closure, which took place back in March. Once the theme park reopened mid-July, guests were hoping to see the People Mover open back up with the resort of the attraction. However, it wasn't the case. Guests weren't sure what exactly. We'll just get through this real quick. All right, it's under refurbishment. I heard they are replacing some track and everything like that, so it's just under refurbishment. It'll probably be down for a while until the refurbishment, after they get done refurbishing it. So it's probably just making it a more smooth ride, more enjoyable, and who knows? Maybe they'll change some of the recordings and everything like that. Who knows? It may come back better. It may come back worse. But it's still going to be the People Mover no matter what. So I don't think it'll come back worse. But it's like my second favorite ride there at Magic Kingdom. I know everybody's going, that's your second favorite ride. It is. Let's see. We know about this one. Disney World reduces park hours beginning September 8th. So, almost a month away before they start doing it. When Walt Disney World Resort began its phased reopening of the theme park on July 11th, it was with the numerous changes to name a few big alterations to the Disney World experience. The new Disney Park Pass reservation system has virtually eliminated park hopping. Guests are now required to wear face masks that meet Disney regulations. Social distancing protocols are now strictly enforced in the rides. So beginning September 8th, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney Hollywood Studios, and Disney's Animal Kingdom will all operate with reduced hours. Hey Gonzo, how you doing? Here are the new park hours at Walt Disney World effective September 8th. So it's a whole month away. Magic Kingdom, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Previously it was to 7 p.m. Epcot from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Previously 9 p.m. Hollywood Studios, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Previously 8 p.m. Animal Kingdom, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Previously 6 p.m. So we've been talking about this for a while, so we knew it was going to happen. I didn't realize it was a whole month away. Sure, we can do that. Yeah. All right, and let's see. Not covering that because we already did earlier. So this, once again, I said this was going to be covered over and over. This is just more of them updating the whole thing. More details emerge about the Sunken Splash Mountain log. I won't go into the whole story. We're going to see. If it says, now a guest who was on the ride spoken to Orlando.com about the incident. We were almost at the end of the ride. We started to notice the boat taking on water after the final drop. Towards the end, the log stopped and it got stuck. We waited for a while, but the log started sinking and filling with water. It was then we jumped out. As soon as we stepped out, the whole log was pretty much submerged underwater. Fortunately, the water, okay. It's important to bear in mind that this was a unique event that the cast members probably hadn't dealt with before or been specifically trained to handle ride vehicles. And, you know, like I said, the ride's still running, and one of the things, before they can remove people safely, they make sure the ride's shut off. So they were probably getting the ride shut off. They didn't realize the log was going to sink as fast as it did. The water's not that deep. Nothing that you would have to worry about. Yeah, you'd be drenched. But, so back to all these tweets. All right. Ultimately, Disney theme park cast members do the best they can to handle it. What do you think about? Okay, so yeah, there's nothing. I thought maybe there would be something in here that was tell us maybe why. All right, see you, Gonzo. Why it sank. So maybe not. So I know we've come up to the last minute. I have just one more. This one's a little different. It's a Small World currently operating without music. So, It's a Small World is a classic Disneyland attraction located at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts, though some find the song a tad annoying. The lyrics are so important and many reference it on a day-to-day basis. In case you weren't aware, the story behind the song is as follows, according to the official Walt Disney World website. It's a small world, after all. It's a timeless classic and one of the most well-known songs of all time. Walt Disney asked the Academy Award-winning brothers Richard and Robert Sherman, who were hard at work on Mary Poppins, to create a single song that could be sung by audio animatronic figures in multiple languages. However, some guests who decided to ride It's a Small World today in the Disney World were in for a surprise. No music. This Twitter post a video of them on a Fantasyland attraction as they were on the boat going through the ride. There was no music playing in the background. You can hear the sound of the water. However, you can see that there is no It's a Small World After All music. It looks as though It's a Small World was down for about 10 minutes, which could be when cast members realized the music wasn't playing and fixed it. At this time, we are unsure if the attraction is currently operating with or without the classic song playing. I can find out. It'll take one phone call. So, you know what? Let's do it. Let's call her up. Just real quick, we'll see. That's if she'll answer.
Hey, this is Kevin. I can't answer the phone right now.
I guess not. I thought maybe we possibly could get an answer right away. I'm sure it was just some kind of mistake and they got the music. I can't see them going on through the day without music for the rest of it. I'm sure it was taken care of. It was probably just a small incident and nothing really to worry about. But I could see that would upset some people. You're going on the ride and there's no music. But yeah, I can't see there being any problem. So, well, that's going to do it. So this was the first show for this week in Disney. We'll be back next Sunday at 7 o'clock. As of right now, I can tell you that. And hope to tell you about what goes on next week in Disney on Sunday. So I want to thank all of you for coming and see you later. Bye.